Yo, what is up, guys? So we are playing the new Lightsworn stuff. We are playing a OCG deck list that has triple Black Luster Soldier. What the heck is that? Okay, Replenishment Squad. Okay, if you take 1,000 damage, draw a card. Alright, I'm gonna OTK him. He ain't gonna get anything. Come on, draw a power card. Alright, well, you know, this is still pretty good. See what we get off of this. I'm gonna activate that effect. So this, guys, is the only Lightsworn deck that... Oh, what is that? Metaverse? What is this? Take a field spell. Okay, okay, so he's gonna activate a field spell card. Alright. Hopefully it's not Necro Valley. But anyways, what the heck is this? Metaphys? Oh, Metaphys. Okay, I gotcha. Alright, so we're gonna summon an Eclipse Wyvern. And let's go ahead and make a Minerva now. And anyways, yeah, going back to what I was saying, this is the only Lightsworn deck that did anything in the OG. This is a third place deck profile that we will be going over in a second, but I figured give you guys some gameplay here first, and then I'll go into the deck profile and talk a little bit about it. With this hand right now, we don't have any Lightsworns other than Illumina in our hand. As far as darks go, well, I get to see what actually I milled. Gosh, Chaos Emperor Dragon though is like, this card is always good. Go for Chaos Emperor Dragon. I hear it's a pretty cool card. All right, we didn't get any darks, but that'll change soon. Don't worry about it. So I don't know. This card is kind of like a double-edged sword. There's a lot of times with Lightsworn where I can just end the game, so I'm really not too worried. Actually, this card isn't going to do anything against his deck. If I can maybe force him to use a Galaxy Cyclone just to burn him for his life points, that might be okay. And I'm going to actually rely on that because I don't want to give him any draw power. And against a Metaphys deck, Soul Release is actually bad. You'd go minus doing that. Oh, what the heck is he doing? So he's going to... I guess he's going for some extra draw power here, but we'll see what we can draw into next turn. Alright, so he's just got... Oh, this card's pretty dirty. Oh, he going for that damage. Alright. Alright, so I definitely want this effect. How many Lightsworn? Did we get 0? Oh gosh, we got 0, boys. Oh, dang, dude, this guy... I'm Chaos Emperor Dragon, this bad boy. Alright, ooh, we got some extra draw power. Let's go for the draw power. The reason why we're going to go for the draw power ASAP, boys, is because I might want to use the effect of Chaos Emperor. Now, this is a nerfed effect of Chaos Emperor Dragon. The new one, oh gosh, I feel like he's just going to quit if I summon. If I go for the feather. This is OCG, boys. Okay, so keep that in mind, or I'm not cheating. This is legit. Dirty, man. Absolutely dirty. But anyways, one of your banished Lightsworns. Let me see what we can go for, though. I mean, it's all of them. I need to, like, if I spell summon this, I'm just going to end up banishing this. It doesn't negate their effects, though. It just moves them all to defense, right? They lose defense equal to their original defense. Alright, well, I mean, it's either that or that. Either way, I can only do, like, 3,000 points of damage in one turn. I'm going to go for the Judgment Dragon, just because it sends cards to the graveyard. Even though it's only... Okay, well, I'm going to start banishing some of his cards. Actually, banishing my cards can be good, but let's go ahead and... Yeah, like I said, you don't want to banish... I don't think there's any of the spell and support... Wait, does the spell and support work off of being banished? Okay, yeah... Okay, I don't... Okay, that doesn't... I don't know. I don't think he has anything to, like, really get anything back. Okay. I know you don't want to use this card against their monsters, like that's a given. Okay, we'll just banish some of his other stuff. This card is actually sometimes used to banish your own Lightsworn, so you can actually make better use of it. I'm just gonna go ahead and game my opponent right now. Oh gosh, actually, well, we can summon this to activate its effect to summon a lot of different things. We have Fairy Tale Snow. Oh, this is sent to the graveyard. Yeah, I mean we could go. Oh, we don't have any extensions and combos right now. I mean, Fairy Tale Snow is always good to have in the grave, so I'm actually going to put that in the grave. Now, in the OCG, this is actually 1 right now. I could just make a game. I might as well just make a game. So, I think is that... I don't know which Eclipse Wyvern it was, but whatever. It doesn't really matter too much. We get Eclipse Wyvern, and we can go ahead and add Chaos Emperor Dragon. And then we can go ahead and special summon Chaos Emperor Dragon. So like, even though we have triple BLS, like the deck, like when I heard that you can have 3 BLS, I was like, nah, That ain't real, dude. Banishing the Lightsworns can actually be key in the deck, but you guys saw we just straight savaged this guy. No real competition here with the triple boss monsters. I know. We had the Harpy's Feather Duster, but it didn't really matter. I could have dropped the Judgment Dragon anyways. I probably should have read the cards, but I honestly was like, I'll Feather Duster him first. So I guess this only works when this card is summoned. Well, whatever. It worked out. But anyways, I honestly, I'm 3-0 with this deck right now. I do have another replay, because I was going to compile some of them up. But anyways, this one over here is versus a true Draco player, and we just go all in against him. And this is, like I said, guys, it's the only Lightsworn deck that did anything. I feel like we can change some of the stuff in the build to make it a little bit better. I don't know if I'm a fan of the Soul Release in the main deck, but he, like I said, he was the only guy that did anything with the deck and got 3rd place with it in OCG. But anyways, he activates Maxi. I decided to go super all in one turn because I'm able to do so much damage to the point where, like, I just need to hit him for, it was like 200 or 300. But anyways, I know that if I was streaming, you guys would have said, go in for game. You know, it wasn't really advantageous to go all in like this. He was playing, I guess, TCG, because I think Maxi's at 1 in OCG, is it? But nonetheless, we'd go ahead and mill some cards during the end phase. Our grave's pretty set up here, and then we also have the Utopia, the Lightning. So he ends up just summoning one monster, and like, even though I gave him so many cards, the thing is he had too many hand traps, man. But he quit on me because, like I said, it was going to be game. Because I could just, you know, do, like, I could do anything. I could probably cowboy him, but if it was in the deck. But anyways, I just wanted to share with you guys really quick and showcase off that Lightsworn is still alive. I know with the reprint of Minerva, a lot of people are really excited to play Lightsworn. Keep in mind, guys, this is a OCG deck, and there are a few cards that we cannot play, but I have suggestions for you guys. Also, in the extra deck, you'll notice that there is only 13 cards. The reason why there is 13 cards is actually because of the 2 link cards, which are the Proxy Dragon as well as the Decode Talker. Those are the 2 link cards that he played in his deck. But like I said, I think we can have extra suggestions that can definitely help out the deck. Yeah, like I said, this is the only Chaos Lightsworn deck that did anything. Really fantastic card, Phantom of Chaos. In the game, it just really helps out with some extended plays. It was actually, I was doing some duels with it earlier, and we have not lost with this deck. Like I said, I think we can make some improvements on it, but I'm gonna give you guys a deck profile that was again copied from the guy that got 3rd place in OCG. But pretty cool to see Lightsworn still alive. Anyways, first off, we have 2 copies of the new Draco Twilight Sworn Fighter, and then we have 1 Card Trooper, really old card. I feel like this card is outclassed, honestly. If you guys want to replace this, I would agree with you guys on that. He's also running 60 cards with no grass. His grass is tasty. In the OCG, you can run 3, but he's playing a 60 card deck and ran none. This guy is savage. I think it's a little crazy to play 60 cards and not even play this. But honestly, guys, the deck is pretty fast with triple Allure of Darkness. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to swap back to TCG. I'll give you guys some suggestions. But anyways, he's playing Card Trooper, then triple copies of the new Lumina. So the new Lumina makes it so you can banish a Lightsworn monster from your hand or grave, and then target one of your banished Lightsworn monsters and special summon it. So this guy can get you back like a lot of different things. When you use the Soul Release maybe to hurt your opponent, you can actually like banish one of your Lightsworns as well, because it's any graveyard, and then you'll have access to it with the Twilight Sworn Lumina. So that can be kind of good. And on top of that, the other effect where you get to send 3 if something else is sent, that's kind of nice. I did in the replay show you guys Draco proccing its effect. It does not stack off of other Lightsworns, so keep that in mind as well. But I feel like this card, it is an okay card, but Draco did get a buff. His effect no longer targets, so that's actually really good. But yeah, anyways, next up, Mathematician. I think it's kind of a slow card, but I think we actually saw this. I sent one of the cards to the graveyard, and it was a Fairy Tale Snow or something like that. But it was irrelevant, we had game anyways. Next up, we had 2 copies of Lumina, 3 copies of Eclipse Wyvern, then we have 1 Trick Clown, 3 copies of Goblin Bird, 3 copies of Phantom of Chaos. Let's let you copy whatever you want, and that can actually banish a Lightsworn again, helping out Lumina, as well as the Punishment Dragon, which we'll get into in a second. But yeah, just can copy anything, kind of a helpful card. Then we got the Fairy Tale Snow. Now in the TCG we can play multiple, but in the OCG you can only play one. I think optimally, like I would drop card tree. I'd play Triple Snow. The card is so good in the deck, especially just throw in one grass. Like why not? If you're running a 60 card deck, I mean the guy, like I said, he's crazy for not even playing one, and it's at 3 in the OCG. But whatever. Anyways, next up we got one Lila, one Wolf, one Chaos Sorcerer, one Dark Armed, one Chaos Emperor Envoy. Now this is actually nerfed. Hold on, let me go to Chaos Emperor Dragon. So in here it doesn't have the nerfed effect, but I'm pretty sure someone. I mean, you can Google it. I'll link it. I'll link it down below also to help some of you guys out. But the new Chaos Emperor is not as good as the original. The original, you just banish a light and a dark. I believe it's like you can't activate like any other effects if you go for this effect. So if you did something like you can't use its effect to get pay 1,000 life points and send all cards and then burn your opponent. And like no cards can be activated like for the rest of the turn. It's got again a huge nerf effect, but I've been pretty much using it for like a big beat stick, and it's pretty easy card to summon in this deck. As you guys saw, we dropped, dude. This is crazy, guys. In the OCG, I know to me, it's mind-blowing that not everyone's playing triple BLS in every deck, but it's at 3 in the OCG, and this is the only guy that did run 3, and again, top with Lightsworn. But as far as the Judgment Dragons, we actually have 2 JDs, and then we have 1 of the Punishment Dragon. I'm honestly not too much of a fan of this guy. However, you do have the option to copy its effect with Phantom of Chaos, so that can definitely be kind of good because it shuffles all of them except for Lightsworn. So it puts back all of your draw power and can get pretty dirty. And then once per turn, if a Lightsworn monster activates effect, you just send 4 more. So if you go for, let's say, like a Phantom of Chaos and you maybe already had a Lumina that survived or whatever, you could potentially, you know, go Raiden and then activate Raiden's effect, and then Punishment Dragon can activate its effect. Setting 4 is really big. Most of the stuff is like 2 cards early on, and then during the end phase it's like 3 cards or something like that. But really, really powerful if you're going to be able to get that 4 more extra cards. But anyways, next up we got one of the old school Draco, one glow up bulb, so you can actually synchro much better. I mean, there is Ghost Over, you can technically synchro with it, but you kind of need your normal summon for the Luminas. Next up we have one of the Minerva. I'm not too much of a fan of this card, but you know, it's not terrible. There are times where it is pretty good though, with Garoth. But next up we have 3 copies of Raiden. Oh, there's no Garoth in this. I would suggest 1 copy of it. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the Soul Charge or Card Trooper, but I'll give you guys the original deck profile. But anyways, we got 1 Foolish, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Monster Incarnation. You will have to drop this card if you're playing in the TCG, but keep in mind the ban list is around the corner. Monster Reborn, it's gone and came back on the TCG like so often, but it's been a while. I feel like, you know, maybe Konami, now's the time to bring it back for 1 format, and then you ban it again, because they do that every single time with this card. And then next up we got the 1 Monster Incarnation, triple Soul Recharge, double Soul Release, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. Basically won us the game, however we could have Judgment Dragon him. Anyways, that didn't really matter. But there's really no replacement for this card. Now in the OCG they have 3 copies of Charged Light Brigade. In the TCG we only have 2. You can throw in a Grass Screen, a real simple swap. I don't know why this guy wasn't playing it. Again, crazy. Next up, 2 Dark Holes. I would recommend 1 Dark Hole and 1 Raigeki. However, this guy's like, yo, I'm gonna play Lightning Vortex too. Like, this guy was... I think the goal of this deck, guys, is just to like blow up the field. Like you guys saw, like either the Feather Duster, you have Judgment Dragon just get rid of a bunch of stuff, then you just drop a bunch of beat, like just you overwhelm them with Chaos Monsters. And then we got Triple Alert to make the deck go fast. And he wasn't slowing down anytime soon because he threw in a Hand Destruction too. This guy, he's crazy, man. Like, I just don't understand why he didn't play Grass. And then we have Reinforcement Army for Gothenburg, helps you go for that turn 1 Minerva play because it's very key. Next up we have 1 Minerva, 1 Allied Justice Catastor, 1 Clearwing, 1 Black Rose Moonlight, 1 Michael Lightsworn Arc. We got Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, 1 Scarlet, 1 Trish, 1 Levier, 1 Castell, 1 101, and then the Utopia lineup. Like I said, Proxy Dragon as well as Decode Talker with the other 2 cards. Again, you can't play Lynx right now in Percy's Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. However, if you guys want to make a Chaos Dragon deck, because you will have to drop some of these cards for the TCG, specifically like the Black Luster Soldier, you will also have to technically drop Monster Reborn as well as a Charge of Light Brigade and Chaos Emperor Dragon. And like, those are the cards. I would suggest at least 1 Grass. Let's give you guys some suggestions. So if you wanted to play this, I think Grass is good. I'm not really a fan of these. I mean, but I'll try to keep it as original as possible because this card can be good for the other Lightsworn deck. I really like a Garoth. And since he loves so much destruction, if you guys want to kind of go with that destruction or potentially an extra monster. Thrasher. Photon Thrasher can also be a good card just to get those turn 1 Minerva plays. This has been popular in the TCG as well for a while. And then Fairy Tale Snow. I think you should max out on this before anything. Fairy Tale Snow. It's just such an excellent card. I would max out. That's what I would kind of do to keep the deck as original as possible. But if you're talking about, yo, AzneyesWhitedragon, what's your suggestion too? I would drop Card Trooper. I would drop, well, actually we have to drop this too. I really don't think, I think Regeki isn't bad though. Regeki. Regeki isn't bad. I've never been a fan of this card in this. Yeah, you do have a lot of draw power in here. You could maybe drop a Dark Hole if you would like to. And then also, as far as Lightsworn cards go, I mean, he's playing pretty much what I would consider optimally. There's not really any like reason to play anything that would set. I really like having the opening Lumina play, but I mean the last 2 cards, we got Grass. Even heck, you can throw in Plague Spreader. You can try out some the Chaos. Oh, you know what card is awesome? All right, hold on. If we get 3 BLS, dude, just I would play Primal Seed, dude. This card is fire. All right, this card is insane. Yo, I want to make a different build. All right, you know, I'm gonna save that for another time. This video is almost like half an hour long now, but I'm gonna make another build. If we get 3 Black Luster Soldiers, I will play 3 Primal Seed, and watch me top the leaderboards. We'll hit top 500 real fast by doing this on the ranking system. But yeah, Black Luster Soldier, if it goes to 3, it's gonna be crazy. But I'm gonna go back so you guys can see it in its original state here. But yeah, shoutouts to you that won with this. I still don't understand why you didn't play Grass. 60 cards, you a savage, man. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing the only Lightsworn deck, the new Chaos Lightsworn, that actually topped in OCG. Cool stuff, again, to see that at least some people are playing it. I thought it was going to be way more popular. I thought we were going to see a lot of it. Not because I think it's the best deck, because I don't think anyone's really going to say that this is the best deck. It's still very powerful, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think it's on par with some of the other stuff. I just feel like that it would have been more people representing the deck. Therefore, even though the deck isn't the best, you would see a few here and there, but this is the only one, boys. But keep in mind the ban list is around the corner for the TCG, so who knows? Maybe we'll get triple BLS, because I will be super hyped up about that. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more Yu-Gi-Oh videos. And like I said, Primal Seed, dude, I'm going to play 3 of them. But anyways, I'm out. Have a good one.